Welcome food lovers! Today we're diving into the best dishes the world has to offer in 2024 as ranked by Taste Atlas. From sizzling street food to gourmet delicacies, this is your ultimate guide to culinary perfection. Ready to find your favorite? Let's count down the top 13 best foods of 2024. Whether you're a foodie, a chef, a traveler, or just love good food, we've got you covered. Pimpek, a beloved traditional Indonesian dish, is a fish cake made from ground fish and tapioca flour. This culinary gem hails from Palembang, the capital of South Sumatra. According to local lore, its creation came about when a Palembang resident, seeking a new way to enjoy fish beyond grilling or frying, experimented by grinding the fish, blending it with tapioca, and deep frying the mixture. The result was a crispy, flavorful treat. In its early days, the creator reportedly sold these fish cakes around the city on his bicycle, introducing them to the community. Over time, Pimpek gained widespread popularity and became a hallmark of Palembang's culinary heritage. Typically shaped into rounds or rectangles, Pimpek is first steamed and then fried before serving. It's often accompanied by sliced cucumber noodles or rice and paired with a traditional sweet and sour sauce, allowing diners to customize the flavor to their liking. Description: a savory fish cake served with tangy vinegar sauce. Pros: unique blend of fish and spices, versatile toppings. Cons: may not appeal to those unfamiliar with fish-based snacks. Highlight: its iconic pairing with spicy sweet sauce. This classic Portuguese dish, named after 19th century poet Raimundo Antonio de Bulhão Pato, features clams in a rich and aromatic sauce made with olive oil, garlic, lemon juice, and fresh cilantro. White wine is often added to enhance the flavor. Typically served as an appetizer, Bulhão Pato clams are best enjoyed with a side of bread to soak up the delicious sauce. Description: Portuguese clams sautéed with garlic, coriander, and olive oil. Pros: fresh seafood flavor, simple yet refined preparation. Cons: requires fresh ingredients for the best experience. Highlight: perfect pairing with crusty bread for dipping. Pappardelle is a traditional Tuscan pasta known for its wide, ribbon-like shape. When served with Ragu di cinghiale, a hearty sauce made with wild boar, it transforms into one of the region's most beloved culinary treasures. This ragu offers a bold, robust flavor that comes from slow cooking the wild boar in a rich blend of tomatoes and red wine. The combination of tender, flavorful meat and fresh egg pasta creates a dish steeped in tradition and bursting with taste. Finished with a sprinkle of Parmigiano, a touch of fresh parsley, and paired with a glass of Tuscan red wine, pappardelle al ragu di cinghiale is the ultimate comfort food, especially during the chilly winter months. Description: wide pasta ribbons with wild boar ragu. Pros: rich, hearty flavor, iconic Tuscan delicacy. Cons: can be too heavy for some tastes. Highlight: slow-cooked sauce bursting with flavor. Fang Curry is a rich, flavorful Thai dish known for its thick texture and a balance of salty and sweet peanut flavors. It typically features meat, such as beef, chicken, duck, or pork, slow-cooked in a sauce made from coconut milk, Fang curry paste, makrut lime leaves, fish sauce, and palm sugar. Unlike many other curries, Fang does not usually include vegetables. The name Fang is believed to come from the word Panang, meaning cross, which refers to the traditional method of preparing chicken with its legs crossed and positioned upright. While the origins of Fang curry are unclear, it is often linked to the Malaysian state of Penang, although there is limited historical evidence to support this connection. The earliest recorded recipe for Fang curry appears in the 1890 cookbook Tam Ra Gap Khao by Mam Som Jin. Once prepared, the curry is typically garnished with thin slices of makrut lime leaves, Thai spur chilies, and a drizzle of coconut milk for added richness. Description: a creamy, mildly spicy curry made with coconut milk. Pros: perfect balance of sweet, salty, and spicy. Cons: coconut milk may not suit everyone's palate. Highlight its velvety texture and aromatic herbs. Shashlik is a traditional barbecue popular in Central and West Asia, made by marinating chunks of meat, such as lamb, beef, or pork, on skewers and grilling them. The choice of meat often depends on local preferences and religious customs. The meat is often paired with vegetables like bell peppers, onions, mushrooms, or tomatoes. Typically, the meat is marinated for several hours or even overnight in a mixture of vinegar, herbs, spices, and sometimes dry wine. In Russia, barbecuing is traditionally a male-dominated activity, with men overseeing the grilling, while women tend to the vegetables and prepare the table. Shashlik is usually enjoyed at gatherings where people come together around a fire, working together to prepare the meal. This communal experience makes the dish a centerpiece of social interaction. The dish's origins are thought to lie between Turkey and Russia, with its name believed to come from the Turkish word shish, which means skewer. In Georgia, this dish is called mitzvadi. Description: marinated meat skewers grilled to perfection. Pros: smoky, tender meat, customizable spices. Cons: requires precise grilling for ideal texture. Highlight: the traditional marinades that elevate the flavors. Tang Bao, also known as Tang Baozi, refers to a type of Chinese steamed dumpling filled with soup. The dumplings can vary in style depending on their origin, with the dough either being leavened or plain. Typically, a gelatinous filling is wrapped in the dough, twisted at the top, and steamed. As the dumplings steam, the filling, often made from minced pork or crab meat, transforms into a rich soup that remains sealed inside the bun. This unique feature means that Tang Bao must be served immediately after steaming to keep the soup hot and liquid. Due to the hot, liquid filling, eating Tang Bao requires a special technique. Diners use chopsticks to hold the dumpling by its top, take a small bite from the side, and then let the soup pour into a spoon held underneath. The soup and dumpling are usually eaten alternately, though some people prefer to enjoy them separately. One well-known variety comes from Jiangsu province, where the dumplings are larger and often include a straw tucked inside for slurping up the soup. The Shanghai version, known as Xiao Long Bao, is smaller with a slightly thinner dough. These dumplings are typically served as a snack, part of a dim sum meal, or as a delicious appetizer in Chinese restaurants both in China and around the world. Description: soup dumplings with rich broth inside. Pros: a unique sensory experience. Flavorful soup bursts in the mouth. Cons: can be tricky to eat without spilling. Highlight: iconic in Shanghai's culinary culture. Butter garlic naan is a classic Indian flatbread and one of the most beloved variations of naan. The dough is made with flour, yeast, salt, sugar, and yogurt. After being cooked in a hot tandoor oven, the naan is removed and generously brushed with butter or ghee, then sprinkled with finely chopped garlic. This flavorful naan pairs wonderfully with a wide range of Indian dishes including curries, butter chicken, dal makhani, malai kofta, and shahi paneer. Description: soft flatbread brushed with buttery garlic goodness. Pros: pairs well with virtually any curry. Cons: high calorie count. Highlight: a crowd-pleasing classic of Indian cuisine. Khao Soi, a signature dish of northern Thailand, is a rich and flavorful coconut soup that blends various regional influences into a unique culinary experience. The soup's base features a mildly spicy broth made with coconut milk and red curry paste. This hearty broth is paired with flat egg noodles and a choice of meat, often chicken, beef, or pork. A handful of crispy fried noodles is added on top, along with fresh cilantro for garnish. The dish is usually served with a variety of condiments, such as fresh lime, pickled cabbage, shallots, and chilies, which allow diners to customize the flavor to their liking. Though khao soi is closely associated with northern Thailand, the exact origins of this beloved noodle soup remain a bit of a mystery. The most widely accepted theory is that it is a fusion dish, influenced by Chinese Muslims who traveled through the Yunnan region, Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos. Another theory suggests that khao soi may be based on a traditional Myanmarese coconut soup made with rice noodles, which were eventually swapped out for egg noodles in the Thai version. Despite the uncertainty surrounding its history, khao soi has become a staple of northern Thai cuisine, found in countless restaurants and eateries across the region, where it's cherished by locals and tourists alike. The dish is also enjoyed in neighboring Laos, where it has a slightly different twist, with variations in ingredients that distinguish it from the Thai version. Description: a curry noodle dish with crispy fried noodles on top. Pros: dynamic textures, deeply flavorful. Cons: rich coconut milk might be too indulgent for some. Highlight: perfect mix of crunchy and creamy. The pan-fried version of Chinese jiaozi, known as guodi, originates from northern China and is usually filled with minced pork, Chinese cabbage, scallions, ginger, rice wine, and sesame oil. This dumpling achieves a perfect balance of crunch and tenderness through a unique cooking method. While the bottom fries, a small amount of liquid is added to the pan and covered, allowing the rest of the dumpling to steam, giving it its signature texture. Guodi dumplings are traditionally shaped long and straight, which helps them stay upright during cooking without tipping over. The name guodi translates to pot sticks, which is why they're often called pot stickers, especially in North America. First mentioned during the Song dynasty, guoti has become a popular street food enjoyed as a snack or appetizer, often served with a dipping sauce. Description: pan-fried dumplings with crispy edges. Pros: golden crust with juicy filling. Cons: requires finesse to cook evenly. Highlight: a staple of street food culture. Italy's most iconic culinary creation, pizza Napolitana, is made with just a few simple ingredients and comes in two classic variations, marinara and margherita. The marinara is a straightforward Neapolitan pizza, topped with a tomato-based sauce, garlic, and oregano. The margherita, on the other hand, features tomatoes, mozzarella, and fresh basil, with its colors representing the Italian flag. The crust is thin at the base and puffs up around the edges, creating an airy texture that should have distinctive charred leopard spots when properly baked. This beloved dish dates back to the early 1700s, when pizza marinara was first documented by the Italian chef and philosopher Vincenzo Corrado in his writings about Naples' food culture. Nearly 2 centuries later, in 1889, master pizzaiolo Raffaele Esposito introduced mozzarella to the mix, creating the margherita pizza, which is considered the first modern pizza. Esposito's creation, originally named La Pizza Tricolore, was said to honor Queen Margherita of Savoy, wife of the King of Italy, who was visiting Naples at the time. In 2010, due to its global popularity, pizza Napolitana received official recognition from the European Union as a traditional specialty guaranteed. A true pizza Napolitana, however, is best enjoyed with just its traditional toppings, no extras needed. Description: traditional Neapolitan pizza with thin crust and simple toppings. Pros: authentic and universally beloved. Cons: best enjoyed fresh, doesn't reheat well. Highlight: its protected designation status ensures quality. This classic Thai stir-fry features minced meat or seafood, cooked with fragrant holy basil and a mix of ingredients like shallots, garlic, and chili peppers. The dish is seasoned with soy sauce, sugar, and fish sauce, and is usually served with rice, a fried egg, and a side of fish sauce. In fact, Phat Kha Frao is one of the most popular dishes among foreign visitors in Thailand, ranking 4th in orders. Description: a stir-fried basil dish typically made with minced meat. Pros: quick, flavorful, and aromatic. Cons: very spicy for those unaccustomed to heat. Highlight: served with fried egg for added texture. Roti Kanai is a traditional flatbread originating from India but most commonly associated with Malaysia, as well as neighboring countries like Indonesia, Brunei, and Thailand. Made from a simple mixture of flour, water, eggs, and fat, it is pan-fried to create a crispy outer layer and a soft, layered interior. The dough is kneaded and folded multiple times to achieve this unique texture. Ghee, a type of clarified butter, is the most common fat used, giving the bread its rich flavor. The dish is thought to have been introduced to Malaysia by Indian laborers who brought the recipe with them. Typically served plain in a round shape, Roti Kanai is often enjoyed alongside curries, either as a side or torn into pieces and dipped in the curry. However, it can also be served as a main dish, with a variety of savory and sweet fillings. In Malaysia, Roti Kanai is sometimes shaped into rectangles when filled with ingredients like egg, onion, banana, sardines, cheese, vegetables, or even pork. Some versions feature toppings like fried eggs, curry, lentils, or beans. Another popular variation is martabak, a thicker version filled with meat, eggs, onions, and spices. Beyond Malaysia, Roti Kanai is also found in countries like Saudi Arabia and Yemen. In Singapore, a similar flatbread known as roti prata is commonly sold by street vendors called mamaks. Description: flaky, buttery flatbread served with curry or dal. Pros: addictive layers of crispy and soft textures. Cons: can be greasy if not cooked properly. Highlight: its versatility as a savory or sweet treat. Picana is a popular and highly sought-after cut of beef in Brazil, known for its rich flavor and tenderness. In the United States, it's called sirloin cap, while in the UK, it's referred to as the rump cap. This cut comes from the back of the cow just above the rump and is topped with a thick layer of fat. Picana is most often used for churrasco, a Brazilian barbecue tradition, where it's skewered and grilled over an open flame before being sliced and served. The meat itself is lean, with little fat marbled throughout, so it requires careful cooking to avoid becoming tough. In Brazil, no churrasco is complete without picana, and it's a star attraction on the menu at top churrascarias. The name Picana is thought to come from the word picana, which refers to the herding pole used by ranchers in Spain and Portugal. This technique made its way to Brazil, where the term evolved to describe the cut of meat that the pole would typically prod. Description: a juicy beef cut grilled to perfection. Pros: simple, flavorful, and melt-in-your-mouth tender. Cons: requires skill to achieve the perfect sear. Highlight: a Brazilian barbecue staple that wows every carnivore. Which of these dishes are you excited to try? If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and